Also, he'll probably be in the chat room, so you guys can chat with him in there. So, how you guys doing this lovely Tuesday evening?
Good. Monday and Tuesday are over.
Yeah, Bizarre One, welcome back. Hope you had a nice little vacation away from the show. And I think we had a solid Tuesday night SmackDown Live. Not sure on how much people enjoyed Raw. But we'll jump into Raw first. And I know when I tweeted up, thank you, everybody. First, let me thank everybody for joining us tonight. We'll Get to Tables podcast. I see everybody joining us. Adam Morgan's in the house. Adam Baum was in here. Michael Berry dropped the Super Hearts. Thank you. Adam Baum was in here. Thank you guys for sharing this on Periscope and on Twitter. Bob Aruski's in the house. Thank you guys for popping in. Also, thank you everybody who has been joining me on Twitch lately. I know you guys have noticed I've been playing a little bit of video games on Twitch lately because I get bored, and you guys are a nice little entertainment while I play. So I appreciate Bob Aruski coming in there, Red Sox fan, talking shit as usual. So thank you guys for popping in. So we had Raw. It was a holiday edition of Raw. So I already knew that maybe we'll see a mail-in tonight last night from Raw. And I think we got a semi mail-in from Raw last night. We had a opening segment with Braun Strowman. He said at Money in the Bank, he'll climb the ladder and grab the briefcase, and he'll not only be known as Mr. Money in the Bank, but will also be known as Mr. Monster in the Bank. And no one is going to stop him at Money in the Bank. He's going to grab that briefcase, cash it in, and Brock Lesnar is going to get these hands. Which then led to Finn Balor coming out, pretty much saying, don't be getting a little ahead of yourself. Balor was the first Universal Champion and never lost that title. He still uses that till this day. Ever since he's lost that title, he always uses that line. He said every night he said him every night. Balor says last week he and Strowman went one-on-one. Strowman gave him quite a challenge, but at Money in the Bank, it's every man for himself. Blah, 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 which then led to Kurt Angle announcing that we would get a rematch between the two guys to open up Raw. So we had Braun Strowman take on Finn Balor, but we got a little treat. We had Kevin Owens on commentary. So since this is night back, we have Dave back in the saddle. Dave, what did you think of the opening segment of Raw? And what did you think of Strowman versus Finn Balor Part 2?
I thought it was pretty good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good. Good to go, sir.
One thing I didn't like was how they kept emphasizing that you're Balor, you're extraordinary or whatever. Extraordinary, extraordinary. Balor, Mr. Extraordinary. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I think he's actually extraordinary, but whatever. I mean, because, man, they keep pushing that down our throats. It's kind of annoying. Oh, extraordinary!
Well, he's far from that at the moment right now.
I know, but it's fun how they keep pushing that out there. It's like now Owens is saying it. And I do like the fact that Owens would kind of try to pump him up during each little guy's getting on top, so they go back and forth. I mean, the match was good. Of course, we had to have I believe we had a run-in, correct?
Yeah. Adam Baum says he's an extraordinary man who does extraordinary things.
Whatever. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the commentary that much. Oh, I'm sorry. I misquoted.
That's funny.
Well, whatever it is. Extraordinary man does extraordinary, whatever. I don't give a shit. The match was okay, but I believe there was interference, so that was kind of a downfall. Or am I wrong?
Yeah. There was interference. Kevin Owens did end up getting involved in the match, causing a disqualification, and Braun Strowman ended up getting the win.
Oh, man, if Kevin Owens was any slower, he would have been sore with that ladder hitting him. I was like, holy shit, that was he went pretty good on him with that ladder. He almost got hit. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good opening match and segment. And the thing with Owens backstage running away and then trust me, I love it. I know might go to it, but I just loved it because Owens is like, hey, there's flowers. I will celebrate Memorial Day. Come on. You're Canadian. That was funny.
I did forget to mention that Kevin Owens did try to escape backstage. Kurt Angle ends up meeting up with him and saying that later on tonight we would get Kevin Owens taking on the glorious Bobby Roode. So, Alex, your thoughts? Opening segment of Raw and the match we got between Strowman and Finn Balor with Kevin Owens on commentary.
I like Balor slapping Braun. That was, I guess, extraordinary if you count that. But the match was entertaining. I mean, I was just more concerned of how it was going to be booked. Like, I really didn't want to see just Strowman just power slam Balor yet again. So this is probably the best way they could do it. And yeah, I like the spot where like Braun literally chucked the ladder and like Owens was like within inches of it.
I got him bummed.
Backstage segment was gold. I love Owens when he was like trying to cheer on Balor when he was like down. That was hilarious. So yeah, no complaints for the opening so far. Off to a good start.
Yeah, it was off to a good start. And then after that, we had a pretty funny segment with Elias coming down to the ring. He was going to do his usual concert. And it was going a little long. They even went to a commercial break in the middle of it, or actually at the end of it, which you thought was the end of it, which then led to Seth Rollins kind of interrupting his little concert just because Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal match was next. So it's kind of teasing a little bit a feud between the two, and it pretty much put the exclamation point on this feud after the match between Rollins and Jinder Mahal. So let's get to that match where we had Rollins taking on Jinder Mahal in the Intercontinental Championship match. And I did mention this on Saturday night. Would this be Jinder Mahal's best match of his wrestling career? And I think it was. I thought this match was pretty good. I thought Jinder did pretty good for himself as well. It didn't end up in a disqualification because the Singh brothers did get involved. Chairs got involved. Rollins ends up attacking Jinder Mahal with the chair, which then led to something crazy happened after the match, which was Rollins celebrating on top of the announce table and Elias coming up from behind and smacking him in the back with the guitar, making Rollins fly off the commentary desk onto who knows what, which because they came back from the commercial break. Seth Rollins was on the stretcher trying to will his way up. But yeah, your thoughts, we'll go with Alex this time. Your thoughts of the IC title match and a possible, well, it looks like we are going to get Elias and Seth Rollins feud.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. This is probably my favorite match Jinder Mahal has had. I mean, he's in the ring with Seth Rollins, so they had a very competitive match. I mean, it really is two only other good matches I can think of was against Jeff Hardy and his last match with AJ Styles. But yeah, both guys look good, and I would definitely get behind a Seth Rollins Elias feud. I mean, when you see them in the ring, they're literally twins. Like one is like bulking season, the other one's in like summer lean season. They literally look so similar. But I'm excited for a feud between these two. I think Elias needs a good in-ring match, and I think he'll get it with Rollins.
Elias is seriously underrated. I think people forget how good he actually is on the microphone. And I know people are not very high on him too much in the ring quite yet. But I think so far, pretty much every feud that Jinder Mahal has been in, other than maybe Bobby Roode, I guess, has been pretty good, has been pretty solid, and has done Elias pretty good for the most part. What about the title match itself? Did you think Jinder Mahal did pretty good in that match?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a good match with him. So, yeah, he had a good match, and now it's surprised we didn't see a certain someone.
Yeah, there was no Roman Reigns tonight, which was kind of odd. No Roman Reigns at all on Raw or near in this match. You would have thought maybe we would see him get involved, possibly. But no, we did not see Roman Reigns at all on Raw. So if ratings were bad, I guess Vince McMahon is probably going to blame it on certain someone not being on the show. Probably that's his knowledge.
How long have we asked from Roman?
Right. Your thoughts, Dave, of the match itself, and what you think of Jinder Mahal's performance and the possible looks like feud between Seth Rollins and Elias. Hey, what's up, Budweiser? How you doing tonight, dude?
I think it was a good match, and I thought I think with Jinder Mahal, it's who he's in the ring with what makes him look good. Like the stuff with Orton was just terrible. It was so boring to watch. But when he wrestled, like Alex said, AJ Styles, they had a phenomenal match for the WWE title, pun intended.
And
Jeff Hardy match with Jinder wasn't that great in my opinion, but I thought AJ and Jinder had a really good match, and I think Rollins and Jinder had a really good match. I was really into it until we got our, of course, another just call it second match. I don't know if the second match the second good match of the show, and you get another disqualification. So it was kind of disappointing, but I get what they were doing with Elias. And man, they keep promoting Brock and Rollins. And if they are going to go that route, say SummerSlam or something, Rollins isn't going to be the IC champion. If that's where they're going, he might likely lose that title to Elias.
Yeah, there's, I don't know. They have been teasing Brock a lot for Rollins lately. Maybe that is next in line for Seth Rollins. And a lot of people have thought maybe possibly Jinder Mahal might win last night against Rollins, but I don't think they want.
Really quick, did you guys notice who was
breaking up?
Oh, you're breaking up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice who was helping Rollins get up from the stretcher?
Oh yeah, the J&J security.
Yep, Jake. No, that was only one of them. The other one was Adam Pearce. But at first, I thought it was Joey Mercury, but no, that was Adam Pearce. But the other guy was Jamie Noble.
Right, old J&J security. I missed those guys. I forgot what I was going to say after that. Oh, I can understand the disqualification. You don't want Jinder Mahal to look too weak going into Money in the Bank to face Roman Reigns. You want to think he actually has a shot, and maybe they're still playing up to possibly maybe have Seth Rollins still face Jinder Mahal in the future. So we will definitely see what this comes out from this. Possibly maybe a tag match, I'm guessing, next week on Raw with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins taking on Elias and Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I can see that. I do think that.
What's that?
I was say I do think Jinder needs a better finisher.
Oh, he needs a better finisher. Next, we had a odd segment, and the reason why I say odd is because a couple of months ago, this certain someone was getting bullied, and now this come around, this feud, she's the one doing the bullying. And I'm talking about Nia Jax. Last night we had her take on a jobber named Michelle Webb. So congratulations for Michelle Webb making her in-ring debut on Raw. What is she? Let me get to what she says. Nia says she can get the 1, 2, 3, but isn't done yet. Delivers her leg drop. Nia says Ronda never faced anything like that in UFC, and her leg could crush a woman's chest, but so could this. And she delivers her senton onto Michelle Webb. Ronda walks down the ringside into the ring face off with Nia. Nia says she's not so intimidated by Ronda and finds her look hilarious and calls her cute. So one feud, you have Alexa Bliss bullying Nia Jax, and didn't Alexa Bliss say that Nia Jax was the bully? Did we not remember that little segment with her? What was the Alexa Bliss? What was the segment called? I forgot what it was called. Moment Moment of bliss. Oh, thank you, Dr. Hughes, for the super hearts, man. Appreciate that. In the
Alexa,
moment of bliss segment, she did mention that Nia Jax was the real bully.
Alexa told the truth.
Yeah, she told the truth, everybody. As much as you guys may have hated those segments, she was blurting the truth. Anyway, so Nia Jax is now the bully. Ronda Rousey is getting bullied by her look, calls her cute, laughs, and walks away. It was kind of cool to see Rousey on Raw again, not getting physical, but at least she was on Raw. She was on commentary. Dave, your thoughts of the Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey showdown or face-off last night?
Man, this was pretty cringeworthy. It was. I mean, they're just talking to Ronda on some microphone. She keeps showing back to her. Ronda's just smiling the whole time, and to me, it's like, why are you smiling? And why are you smiling the whole time? And then, don't get me started with the part where Nia's like, okay, here, take an armbar. Okay, I'm gonna pick you up, slam you down. Okay, get up and do another. It's like, what are you doing? This isn't wrestling. I mean, this is just like, what is it? This isn't UFC where you're gonna have someone spar with you. I mean, it just looked weird and made it WWE look really cheap with doing something like that, in my opinion. I didn't like it, but I mean, the showdown, it's gonna be a good match probably. My only critique on Ronda was that I didn't like her smiling the whole time. And like you said, I was thinking about it, Tony, about how now Nia's bullying people, and it's like, so were you really the bully?
Yeah, see, that's the thing with WWE. They're so fucking inconsistent. It's mind-blowing. And I've touched on this many, many times before. They'll say one thing and then do the other the next following week. And we saw a pure example of that when
tonight.
That night, and also when Asuka cashed in, won the Royal Rumble, and they basically pretty much said that she was facing Alexa Bliss. When Stephanie McMahon clearly stated that she wasn't supposed to pick who she was going to face until after the Elimination Chamber, I believe, and they were pretty much keying in Alexa Bliss taking on Asuka. So they're just inconsistent on too many levels. They forget about certain things. It's just stupid.
No, really quick, before we go to Alex, I was going to say a great point. It really bit there, but I guess I'll say it now really quick. But a big thing about what inconsistency of WWE is that the great example is Mickie James. It's like 3 weeks ago she was a heel, and now it's like, oh, Mickie James, the great champion. Everyone's cheering her. She's a good girl again. It's like from week to week, this is how it's always been in WWE, though. From week to week, it's like the women's division, Vince doesn't look at them at heels or faces, so he doesn't care if they flip-flop from week to week. And it's so inconsistent with that stuff. It's like you said with that, and now it's like, all of a sudden, Mickie and Alexa were bashing and bullying Nia. Now Mickey's a good girl again. She's the face. And it's just like, what the hell? Sorry, Alex, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, absolutely. I think the one consistency WWE has is inconsistencies. I mean, they really personified book now, think later, like a YOLO type of approach to it. So, I mean, I will say this: I do think Nia is a better character as a heel, but yeah, just after giving us 2 months of these PSAs, and then everyone criticizing Alexa Bliss for making up shit, when in the end we realized Alexa Bliss was telling the truth. I didn't really care for it, but still I am interested to see how the match goes in Money in the Bank. But the segment itself is where Raw just went down.
Yeah, I think right after the IC title match is when Raw just went, we're up against Game 7, Rockets versus Warriors. Fuck it, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose viewership. We don't give a fuck. Oh well.
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. You guys are saying you guys didn't thoroughly enjoy the B-Team barbecue? I mean, seriously?
Don't even get us started on the gauntlet match yet. That's
and the Stanley Cup Finals as well. That is very true. Stanley Cup Finals was on, and I'm thinking, hey, you know what?
Get on this match.
Rollins and Jinder Mahal starting the second hour of Raw. Okay, I see them. That's a very smart move. The match was over before the second hour of Raw. So I'm like, holy shit. Wow. That never mind then. I thought we were gonna get a nice, maybe drawn out IC title match, 20 minutes, give these two guys a lot of time. But no, we saw a match full of fucking shenanigans. But I thought still the match was still pretty solid. Anyways, but yeah, after the IC title match, shit hit the fan for Raw. Because after that wonderful one-on-one matchup between Nia and the Jobber, we had the Woken Lovers take on a tag team that hasn't been relevant in almost fucking 2 years of the Ascension. And I'm surprised they actually gave the Ascension as much time as they did. The Woken Lovers did end up getting the win. Is there anything to touch on this match at all?
I legit forgot that Woken Lovers were the tag team champions. I mean, I think this week showed you how clear, like, the WWE does not care about the tag division, both Raw or SmackDown. So, yeah, and the Ascension's a perfect example of call-ups that should have never happened because I don't know what else to say.
The Ascension are still on the main roster, yeah, surprisingly, and they're on the Raw main roster.
No, that's crazy.
Are just chilling on main events.
I mean, that's crazy right there. You have probably, Texas Kid has been praising these guys forever, and I'll give them credit. They are badasses. Authors of Pain should be your tag champion. It at least makes them legitimize your tag division. Absolutely. I mean, Hardy and Wyatt are interesting, but they are so not doing it for me as tag champions.
Hell,
I mean, they're just so when.
I would even get behind like the Bludgeon Brothers AOP for Survivor Series if they booked them correctly, but it seems like they just don't care about the tag division right now.
It seems like when they lost their entire tag division to SmackDown almost, it really hurt them. I mean, I'm not saying SmackDown's great on tag division because it's so short, but I mean, at least SmackDown has legitimate tag teams. Raw doesn't seem to have any legitimate tag teams.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, AOP hasn't ever been used. They have nothing for them apparently, and then we have the Woken Lovers about to be feuding with the B team, a team that was not over at all. I mean, I don't mind them; they're a funny tag team, but they're going to win the tag titles. Like they're going to win the tag titles. You guys know that they're going to end up probably winning. They're this year's version. I think someone mentioned it on the show or maybe in the chat of Slater and Rhino. Rhino, they have the kind of a silly gimmick. Fans are getting behind them. They're going to win the tag titles, and then fans are not going to cheer for them anymore. They're not going to give a shit anymore.
You know what they remind me of? They remind me of when you might remember this, Tony, Alex, I don't know, but when Marty Jannetty and 1, 2, 3 Kid beat the Mounties to win the tag titles for 1 week, then lost them the next week. Like, that's what they remind me of, like a team like that.
Yeah, they'll win it and then lose them very quick. B team will definitely have a short reign. So let's move on to the next match, which is Kevin Owens taking on Bobby Roode. Kevin Owens picks up the much needed win over Bobby Roode. Not really much to say about this, but after the match, we did see Braun Strowman come down, take out Kevin Owens, and take out Bobby Roode. So they did announce tonight on SmackDown Live that next week we will get Bobby Roode taking on Braun Strowman and Finn Balor taking on Kevin Owens. And also I think they're going to have some type of a tag match to declare who will be the new #1 contender to take on the Woken Lovers at Money in the Bank. Is there anything you guys want to discuss about that?
Yes.
I want to say something really quick. I didn't notice it because I watched more of the 90-minute version and watched some clips on YouTube. Was Baron Corbin on Raw?
No.
No. Thank God.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no Baron Corbin tonight on Raw. Battle Royal tag match. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that, Zero. Go ahead, Alex.
My God, they keep booking Roode like a stupid baby face. Like, he's cheering with Braun. Like, come on. Everyone could see from a mile away that Braun was just going to hit him with a power slam. Like, this is just continuous misuse of Bobby Roode. But yeah, that's really all that's left to say.
Yeah, the burial.
What the hell are they doing to Bobby Roode? And
right?
I was half joking when I tweeted, "Let there be a heel Team Canada, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Bobby Roode, whatever gets Bobby Roode to turn heel."
Yeah, I mean, this is bad.
Well, Bobby Roode doesn't need anything but a heel turn. He's stale as a face, man. Like nobody cheers for him. He's not as over as he once was.
He gets over for like someone said it perfectly earlier.
What's up, Monkey Mike? How you doing tonight, dude? What's up? Welcome to the show, my friend.
They made him just a guy with an entrance at this point.
Yeah, basically, and he could be a monster heel on Raw, a much needed heel on Raw. I mean, goodness gracious, we don't have a really, other than maybe Jinder Mahal, there's no real true heels on Raw. So, I mean, hopefully we'll get a change up with Bobby Roode eventually. But speaking of what the fuck are they doing? What the hell are they doing to Sami Zayn?
No.
Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley segment last night. We had Sami Zayn come out and basically apologize for what happened last week with him and Bobby Roode. Said that, he had guys dressed up as women, that they were all actors, but everything that they did say was true. Goodness gracious. Sami Zayn did say in the line of his apology that he does deserve better, and that's absolutely 100% correct. He shouldn't. Yeah, exactly, Bliss. He shouldn't apologize for what he said. They should be apologizing to Sami Zayn for putting him through that. And it's funny that he mentioned how he was getting a lot of stuff on Twitter from how much the segment was bad and what are they doing to you and stuff like that, and he deserves better. And finally we get what this whole thing was about, getting a match between the two. They made it official finally last night. Bobby Lashley will face Sami Zayn at Money in the Bank. They've absolutely destroyed Bobby Lashley's character. I remember when I was there WrestleMania the night after WrestleMania at that Raw, and I saw Bobby Lashley come and make his debut back on Raw. And I did say that it was a mistake for him to debut against Elias. And ever since then, he has not gotten the audience to back him up. I think they should have brought him in a little bit of a different type of way, not against one of your best or one of your most over guys in Elias. And, since then, he hasn't really done much. And he still hasn't, and I'm not sure what they're going to have in line for him after Sami Zayn. I know you are enjoying the hell out of this segment, Alex. Your thoughts?
This is just one of those things, like when a segment is so shitty, you should just completely drop it and just move on. Like, don't remind us of this. This is like the top 10 SmackDown list times infinity. I don't know why they're doing this to Sami Zayn.
Exactly, Sock Monkey Mike.
Sami Zayn, honestly, deserves better. He could be a top heel if they booked him correctly. But yeah, Bobby Lashley continues to get little to no reaction, which is worse than just straight up boos, And I'm not really excited for this match at the Money in the Bank at all.
Yeah, before we get to you, Dave, when Bobby Lashley comes down to the ring and he's pointing to the crowd and he's doing that and pointing and smiling and flexing and doing all that shit. Did you see the crowd doing absolutely nothing? They're just staring at him. They don't give a fuck. They're just sitting there popcorn, drinking their soda, and he's just walking down. He's acting. He's in his head. He's like, this fucking fuck WWE, fuck you, Mr. McMahon, fuck you, whoever else who booked this stupid shit that's not getting me over. Getting silence when I'm walking down to the ring, because that's basically all that he's getting. He's getting no reaction, not even boos. He's just getting nothing.
Any reaction? Any reaction? No reaction.
Gee, really? Yeah, exactly. Crickets, Jody Maniac. Crickets. Go ahead, Dave. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to Lashley in a second, but I don't like what they're doing to Zayn, but what they're doing is, at least as a heel now, they're showing his more entertaining side to him. Because some of the stuff he said was kind of funny. I chuckled at a little bit of the stuff when he's like, those 3 people out here last week, they weren't really Bobby's sisters. They were guys in drag. I mean, that was funny. But that's what they're trying to do. And they're actually using Zayn, even though not great right now, but he's definitely being used better than he was before. I mean, I'll give them that. He's been used better than he was before. At least he's being featured in big spots in the middle of the show. And being so that now the Bobby Lashley thing, it's like, man, I mean, it's nothing like you guys said. Crickets. I mean, this is not the Bobby Lashley we all got excited to come to back to WWE. We thought we were getting the Bobby Lashley from TNA. Yes, it was TNA then, so shut up. So yes, TNA. I'm saying TNA. The ass kicker, the walking Armageddon. I mean, the destroyer. Like Michael Cole likes to call him. But man, that's the Bobby Lashley I thought we were getting. The one from TNA who was just a dominant heel. Bobby Lashley is a heel. He's a great heel in TNA. And that's just like Bobby Roode. They should make him a heel, and those 2 both should be heels. That's it.
You know what they should have done? They should do, and it may not work, but it's just an idea, is why not put Heyman with Lashley? And have Lashley and Lesnar be his 2 guys. Eventually, maybe they get, eventually they're going to fight because they want to shoot, they're going to prove to who's better. But why not have Heyman be Lashley's mouthpiece and have Lashley be the badass? Why not?
Yeah,
I think that would work out.
Lashley needs something big. Like they have shit on him since he's debuted.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe him anymore. After that stupid sit-down interview with Renee Young, they killed his character.
Yeah.
I mean, why would Paul Heyman, soil his image by
they killed his character. When you have a guy like Bobby Lashley, who's been in the MMA, who's won several titles, and he's still having flashbacks and scared of his sisters, like seriously, like.
Look at Drew McIntyre. Does he like promos about his siblings? No, he's just like, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
You know what? Now you see that, Tony. This is how you should have debuted Bobby Lashley. Here comes Paul Heyman out. Ladies and gentlemen, my newest client, the Destroyer, Bobby Lashley. That's how they should have debuted him. Paul Heyman coming out with Brock Lesnar even. I don't think Brock was there, but Paul Heyman could have been. And he could have introduced Bobby Lashley as his new client.
Exactly.
That's how you debut.
Two Street Pod said WWE killed him. Impact Wrestling made him look legit. Absolutely. And that's why we thought when Lashley was coming to the WWE that we were going to get a legit Bobby Lashley, not this joke of a Bobby Lashley that we're getting in front of our eyes. And, I mean, they made him a joke. They haven't made him serious at all. And I'm kind of worried what we're going to get with Bobby Lashley after Sami Zayn. Because if the rumors are true, he's supposed to be lining up against Brock Lesnar, and I'm kind of worried how they're going to play that out. So we'll see how that goes. But speaking of Drew McIntyre did have a one-on-one matchup last night against Chad Gable. Drew McIntyre pretty much dominated the whole match and gets the win. I mean, really not much to say about this other than possibly we're going to get the return of Jason Jordan out of this. Alex, your thoughts?
It looked like a main eventer in that ring. Like, he was intense. He was beating the shit out of Gable, just being straight up dominant. That's the Drew that we all love to see. I guess this is building up to Jason Jordan coming back. I wouldn't mind seeing a match between these two. I hope it's not like prolonged because I'm ready for McIntyre to move on.
I think everybody's ready for Drew McIntyre to move on to bigger and better things. Typical of WWE to reunite a tag team when they have nothing for a guy. Yeah, basically. Yeah, especially when Chad Gable was supposedly going on his own on Raw.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry?
No, I'm just saying, yep.
Dave, your thoughts?
I hope they're bringing Jordan back to team in with Gable because it's like they're not really even using Gable correctly on Raw either because it's like, yes, he's good out there. He can make everyone look great out there, have great matches with anybody. And it's like they're kind of Ty Dillingering him. Really, they are. They're just go out there and make someone look good and you'll lose. Here's a paycheck. I mean, that's basically what it is. Unless you're going to bring back Jordan, reunite American Alpha, the only way to get Jordan cheered, that's the only way it's going to happen. So that would be the big thing to do. If you're not, they're just killing Jordan's career right now by just making him, or not Jordan, but Gable's career. Just go out there and lose to everybody.
Yeah, and well, also that I think American Alpha in the long run is actually really needed in the WWE Raw tag team division, and it would kind of help the tag division out a lot. So hopefully that is what it's going to lead up to. Well, let's talk about what?
I said nothing against McIntyre. I like him. I was just saying, just for Gable's point of view, it's like, man, it's like he's not his point of view, mine on his. It's just like he's really good not to be used correctly.
Yeah, I agree with you. And McIntyre is looking like a hoss out there. My goodness gracious, he looks like a beast. Then we had what everybody has been talking about since yesterday night, which was the B-Team Memorial Day Barbecue, everybody. I don't really want to talk about this because it was absolutely stupid. Other than the B-Team storming into Angle's office to demand a tag team championship match. He said that they will settle things next week, but not in a stupid food fight, but in a tag team battle royal, and the winners will face Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. And one thing you can always be for certain on these holiday shows, everybody, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, we're going to get a freaking food fight. It's automatic. You're definitely going to see it. So let's get to the main event of the night. And I'm going to say this. I tweeted out this on our Get the Tables Twitter account. I was very excited for this women's gauntlet match. I was actually really happy that it was going to be the main event. But when you have the women's gauntlet match start 15 minutes before Raw is over, you just made the gauntlet match a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Not only did you make the gauntlet match a fucking joke, you basically had the first two matches last about 2 minutes. You had Liv Morgan come out, lose to Bayley, and then you had Sarah Logan come out and lose to Bayley, which led to Ruby Riott defeating Bayley, knocking her out of the gauntlet match, which brought out Dana Brooke, then Mickie James, and then Sasha Banks ended the night between Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks was your winner. Now, I remember a couple of months ago that the WWE had a gauntlet match. I'm not remembering for sure what it was over, but they did have a gauntlet match, correct? Am I correct on that?
1 hour
and it went over 1 hour. It was the whole first hour of Raw, went even into the second hour of Raw. But yet you have these women, and these women, other than possibly maybe, if you want to be a little bit harsh on Liv Morgan, sure, Sarah Logan possibly, and you maybe not be a big Dana Brooke fan, sure. But to give these women,
Bayley, like Sasha,
Bayley, Ruby Riott, Sasha Banks, Mickie James, to give women like that 15 minutes is an absolute joke. I don't understand why you couldn't have this gauntlet go 30 or even 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a joke how they treated this women's gauntlet match. It was a joke of how it ended. Sasha Banks, I told you all this. I predicted her to be the winner of the gauntlet match to go on to Money in the Bank. So she goes on. The Money in the Bank women's match is now full. I was pulling for Ruby Riott, but I'm not too upset at Sasha Banks winning. yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say about this gauntlet match being a big disappointment. Other than Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks, they put on a good last match. I thought that match was pretty good. Your thoughts, Alex, of the gauntlet match to end Raw last night?
This gauntlet match. I mean, I don't understand why you can cut that B segment barbecue in half and add that to the gauntlet match. I agree with everything you said. Outside of Riott and Sasha Banks and a bit of Riott and Mickie James, like everything else was shit. Like I understand people are low on Liv Morgan, but you know how long she lost? 18 seconds, and not in the good Daniel Bryan way. Like she just lost, and then
wasn't good either.
And then you had Bayley like had to get beaten down for Ruby Riott to actually get a believable win over Bayley. So yeah, whatever. Sasha will perform some crazy like death-inducing spot. Okay.
People in the chat said maybe that Bayley turns on Sasha at Money in the Bank, costs her the match. We may see. If you guys don't mind, please sharing the broadcast on Periscope and hitting those hearts in the chat room. We really appreciate that. Don't forget, we will be live, again on Thursday evening. Under Pressure, Impact on Pop, also WWE NXT. We will be touching on both shows on Thursday night. Banks was rewarded for signing a new deal. That's what I was thinking, Budweiser. Also, Tony, the previous gauntlet match was for the Elimination Chamber match. Thank you very much. And that went over an hour long. Dave, your thoughts?
Man, I'm with you, Tony. I really thought this match was going to be like something special. Like, okay, they let the men go an hour long, so they're going to let the women do the same thing. Nope, not even 15 minutes. I was like, damn. And this was a joke. This was like the Diva days where they put on a match like this that lasts all of 5 minutes. Because, man, and they're towards the end with Ruby Riott, I'm sorry. I like her. Sasha Banks comes out. Oh, does Ruby Riott have anything left? She just got off there 5 minutes ago. How does she not have anything left? I mean, they're acting like she spent 40 minutes. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And, man, they really make Bayley look so fucking stupid. I mean, they really did. Oh, I'm going to win the Money to make my name's on the contract and all. I was like, why did you interview her if you're just going to have a lose like that? But, yeah. I mean, you know what they could have done in this? They could have at least gave us Sasha and Bayley to start this. Just to give the fans that match. They could have done that. You know, that would have been nice to see them two start off. But instead, we got a shitty main event. It was really shitty. I mean, congrats, Sasha Banks, on your new contract, and now your Money in the Bank match. So it was bad.
Yeah, so Sasha Banks will go on to Money in the Bank. The Women's Revolution seems to be regressing, in my honest opinion. Wow, Murph. Oh, don't those 205 spoilers tonight, please.
No, I'm watching it right after the show.
Oh yeah, so no spoilers, please. If they did that, then other women would be rushed too. I agree. I just feel like, man, did you really have to have fucking Bayley interviewed right before the gauntlet match? You have all these women interviewed during Raw. They're doing their little fucking cell phone promos, but yet you have Bayley in the ring before the match starts to do the gauntlet match, to interview before.
You know, and you could have, if this is all about time, you could have cut a lot of stuff from last night. You could have cut that Nia Jax crap because that was not needed. You could have cut the stupid barbecue. You could have cut the Woken Muffers match versus the Ascension, and you could have given the women a lot of time to go out there and put on a good match.
Yep, again, I agree. All right, so let's rate Raw. Last week, Raw was bad. Real bad. And we actually gave Raw, wasn't it in the negatives? Bad. It was really bad. SmackDown Live was a little bit better last week, but Raw was bad. Raw the week before was bad. The week before that was bad. And the week before that, it was also bad again. I can't remember the last time Raw has been given a 5 or even a 4 on this show. So, Alex.
Well, it ain't happening tonight.
Get your Raw rating fingers ready, everybody in the chat room as well. Your ratings for Raw tonight, last night.
I'll give it a 2.
Dave?
It was a dud. I'll give it a 0. This show sucked.
Dud.
1.5, 1.5, 3.3. Golly. Give it a 0. I'll give it
2, Tony. Come on.
Let me think over.
Give it a 1.
Remember, let me just process it all in the head again one more time.
Nice.
I'm going to give it a 1.5. How about that?
I'm going to change my rating. I'm going to give it a 3 if you can read between the lines.
The main event killed it. Gable match was a letdown. Yeah. The main event wasn't bad. What am I saying? It was bad. The way they treated that women's gauntlet match was a fucking joke. But
yeah, I was really disappointed in the Seth Rollins and Jinder match because I was really into that match, and then you got to give it a stupid disqualification. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Give us a clean winner.
It was getting really, really good.
All right, so let's move on to SmackDown Live. It's been a little bit of a slow show tonight, but we'll be back live hitting hard Thursday and Saturday night once again. We had Samoa Joe open the show. Said that tonight he proves to your beloved Daniel Bryan there are things far worse than forced retirement. Joe tells Bryan if your eco-friendly tree-hugging sensibilities allow it, he tells Daniel to call Bree to tell her daughter a story. She needs to be told that Daddy will be home for Money in the Bank, but he won't be the same man. Well, he will have the eyes of someone who is drenched in regret, failure, and missed opportunity. When she looks up, Joe says he hopes she is told it was a very bad man by the name of Samoa Joe. Man, that promo by Samoa Joe was this. Awesome.
That promo should be in the Hall of Fame.
What?
That promo should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that promo was definitely really good. Daniel Bryan ends up coming out, says that there are certain lines that you do not cross. Daniel says that he has his own vision. You mention his wife or daughter again, he will break Joe's legs, which then led to Cass coming down to the ring in street clothes, and he's carrying his crutch. He said, what else would you expect from the shrimp and the blimp? The fact of the matter is that should be his Money in the Bank opportunity, not yours, Daniel. This crap has to stop. It will, because he spoke to Paige, and this match will not happen. What will happen is Samoa Joe will take on yours truly for the final spot in the Money in the Bank when he is cleared. And, of course, Cass said he is cleared and then attacks both of them with a crutch. Then later in the night, we saw a backstage segment with Paige making the main event a triple threat match for the last qualifying spot for the Money in the Bank. So, Alex, your thoughts of the opening segment of SmackDown Live?
Man, Samoa Joe, probably my favorite person to listen to on the mic in the WWE right now. Like that was just a fire promo. Yeah, I mean, I loved everything with him and Bryan, and I'm okay with the triple threat because I am fine with like them prolonging Bryan and Joe as a legit feud later down the road. So I had no complaints there. It's just Big Cass just brings a big boring cloud to anything he's involved with. So yeah, nothing else really to say.
Wow, that's pretty harsh. Excuse me. All right, Dave, your thoughts?
Man, when I was watching Joe cut this promo, I was like, man, this is so stupid to do this like a one-off on a TV taping. This could be a great rivalry between these guys. I mean, man. And I was kind of mad because WWE, even Lance Storm tweeted about it, saying he was pissed off because he made sure he was home to watch Joe versus Bryan. And then they do that. He was pissed too. So, I mean, they promised us, when's last week? Joe versus Bryan this week. Even last night about Joe versus Bryan tomorrow night. And it's like, no. And it's like, okay. That was kind of disappointing, but I'm glad we do get a prolonged feud. And of course, Big Cass has to ruin everything. And so, yeah, I don't think he's out of the doghouse. So I think he's still in the doghouse because he was out there getting his ass pretty good.
Yeah, well, and that too, and they did suck in a lot of fans thinking that we might get to see Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan tonight, but then they switch it up on you and give you that triple threat. And I mean, I'm not too much of a hater on it. It makes sense. Maybe you don't want to give away Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan quite yet. So I mean, it makes sense in the long run that you want to keep that match for maybe a bigger spot, maybe on a pay-per-view, maybe even possibly on another show.
But
we'll see.
Do it like that though. Why not? You should have just had Jeff Hardy go over last week then, in my opinion, instead of even saying, "Oh, we're gonna give you Joe versus Bryan next week." They should have had Jeff Hardy win it then, in my opinion, for that. But whatever.
Yeah, speaking of Jeff Hardy, no Jeff Hardy on the show tonight. Next, we had Nakamura taking on Ty Dillinger. And I did find it funny. Not only did he face Ty Dillinger, a guy that hasn't been on SmackDown Live in a while, but I find it funny that he's in a last man standing match that makes the ref count to 10, yet he's facing the guy that is Mr. 10, Ty Dillinger. Found out kind of a little bit ironic. Dave, your thoughts on the Dillinger and Nakamura match?
Honestly, I think Ty booked himself in that match. I honestly do. I think he put that out there on Twitter on purpose. And then I'm not saying maybe it was planned all along. I don't know. But it was kind of funny how they were tweeting back and forth about it, saying he's the real 10 guy and all that. And then all of a sudden, it got made a match on Twitter. And it's almost like you get those things where someone says something online and then they get put in a match like the next week. So I'm not sure if that was planned the whole time, but it is kind of funny because when have we seen Ty Dillinger on TV? When he got drafted? I mean, that's the last time, I think. But it's like, geez. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it has. I mean, good for him to get in a match. We all knew he was losing. I mean, it's not like he was getting, I can win this match. But yeah, I was disappointed in Nakamura, though. Because I thought once he hit King Sasha, I think we were saying it Sasha, or however you say it, whatever, his finish, the running knee. I thought he was going to just let him get counted out to 10 by 10. That's what I thought. He's just going to stand there and he's going to get counted out. So, instead of just pinning him. Yeah, the match was a good match. But yeah.
Wasn't Dillinger supposed to team with R-Truth? I'm not sure if they were supposed to team, but they were like buddies backstage and they had like a secret handshake and shit. They need to give Ty an actual character and gimmick. I don't hate the guy. I hate his booking. Yeah, I think Dillinger, even though he was super over when he showed up at Royal Rumble, I think he's definitely a guy that should have stayed on NXT. He's NXT material. Nothing against the guy, but his gimmick alone, I can't see him portraying anybody else than what he is. The perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. And I couldn't see him as like a serious heel or anybody other than Ty Dillinger. So he's kind of stuck in that spot.
Really quick, it's funny because Ty Dillinger is basically, in my opinion, he's seen as like a enhancement talent. That's what he's seen as, like a good wrestler, as an enhancement talent. That's all he's seen as by Vince and all them.
Yeah, he's a jobber.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he is. And when Rollins was injured, he was going down to the performance and working with Ty Dillinger before he came back. So in the ring with him. So that's everyone loves Ty Dillinger.
Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen how they've treated Ty on the main roster. They got the moment at the Royal Rumble. Now they went out of their way to suppress the 10 chant. So even tonight, like, he got like a little 10 chant reaction outside of the entrance. So I mean, if it was me, I would say send Ty back to NXT or honestly release him. Like, this is just brutal. So it was a good showcase for Nakamura, but yeah, sucks for Ty.
He would blow up on the indies too. That whole 10 gimmick, that would be huge.
Yeah, but I mean, if you clearly like WWE's seen what their role for Ty is, like you guys said, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Next, we had the most entertaining match of them all, which was a dance-off between Lana and Naomi. Not really sure what the fuck this was all about, but they had a dance-off. Yeah, goddamn. All this did was lead to a match next week, I believe. Is it a six-man tag match next week, or is it just one of the Usos and Naomi?
Six mix.
It's a mix. It's a 6-man tag match.
No, I think it's just 2-on-2. It's 2-on-2. It's English and Lana for some reason, which makes no fucking sense.
Is English just gonna take the loss?
I know, it's stupid. Why not have Rusev and Lana? That'd make more sense.
The Divas era is back, baby. Oh yeah, pretty much. And you have the entrance for the kids, Naomi and Lana dance off, and then ends up into a brawl. I was surprised we didn't see the mixed 6-man tag match tonight after that beatdown, but it is what it is. Which then led to a pretty entertaining match, I thought, which was a 6-man tag match between the New Day versus The Bar and The Miz. The New Day pick up the win. Alex, your thoughts of the 6-man tag match?
Yeah, it was entertaining. I agree. Honestly, but I don't really care that much about like the matchup itself because I want The Bar to split up and I really at this point like I just want to know who they're going to reveal. I don't know if they're just going to hold off till Money in the Bank to make the decision, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought the match was pretty entertaining. I'm sorry, Dave, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought the match was good, but I don't see why they got to have The Miz take the loss. I mean, that makes no sense to me right there. It's like he's one of your top guys going into Money. I get them all going to the Money in the Bank. Or no, Bar isn't, but one of the New Day guys are. But why have Miz take the loss since he's going in there like that? Why not have one of the Bar guys take the loss? I mean, that made no sense to me, but I mean, it's definitely weird. It's definitely weird what they're doing. I mean, I'm surprised New Day won the way they're doing it. It's like they're kind of turning Miz into kind of a jokey guy with the New Day, and I don't really like it.
Yeah, and they still haven't decided which New Day member is going into the Money in the Bank. A lot of people were saying it's Big E, but I guess we won't find out probably till Money in the Bank. Also, we had a backstage segment between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Was announced that they will be facing each other next week, right? Am I correct on that? Next week on SmackDown Live?
Yep.
Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. So that should be pretty damn good. Also, we had Andrade Almas come out of the locker room. Sin Cara stops by to say hello. Selena Vega wants to know who Sin Cara is and why he is talking to her client. Selena says that he does not know this man. Andrade is the future of SmackDown while you are a nobody. Sin Cara asks if she is serious, and Almas says something and then walks away. So it looks like we got our first little feud between Almas and Sin Cara. Props to Barbaruski for calling it in the chat room last week that they were fighting at house shows, that maybe possibly that would be his first real feud on SmackDown Live. Looks like we got it. Alex, you excited?
Yeah, Barbaruski called it, and then after that I searched for videos of the house show matches, and from what I saw, they had some really good chemistry. So it'll be a good showcase for Andrade, and yeah, nothing else to say, but I'm excited for Charlotte and Becky because after the way the women's wrestling has been this week, I think this will be a good match to kind of make up for that.
Yes, and much needed makeup for what we've been getting on SmackDown Live lately.
Although I did like the Asuka versus Mandy Rose.
Yes, I was going to touch on that. Okay, all right, good to know. Dave, your thoughts on Almas and Sin Cara?
I mean, it's funny because it's like when Vega said, "Who are you? You're nobody." I mean, he really is. Yes, Hunico is a decent worker. I get that, but it's like he comes up to him like, "I'm Mystico," or something like that. I was like, "What the hell? You're nobody, dude. No one knows who you are. You're just a repackaged version of something they wanted to have," and he left. I mean, jeez. I mean, he really is nobody. The only reason he still has a job, honestly, is because Mystical went back to Mexico. That's the only reason he's still there. I think that's the only reason Hunico still has a job is because he can put on the mask and be the new Sin Cara.
Well, yeah, because they own the rights to the Sin Cara character, so they want to like use it like sell for masks for the kids and shit like that. So yeah, I agree.
At least it's not like the teenage. What was his name? I guess it was Suicide. And there was another one too that Daniels played too. I can't think of his name now, but yeah, where they had 50 million people doing different, playing the character.
Yeah, what do you think of the feud though?
But him and Sakara, I'm sure to be good, but I'd rather see him be higher up, facing someone different. But I get they want to go.
Lucha Libre.
I guess you could say. Yeah, I guess I get that. Maybe Sin Cara's kind of like the new Chavo for them in a way, where he's going to work all the new guys coming in and kind of the Lucha Libre style. It should be fun. But yeah, I'm glad to see him in a top spot, and this should be fun to see. And like you said about Charlotte and Becky, I think that'll be fun as well.
Should be good. Both can easily communicate. Yeah, it should be a really good match. High flying one at that. Yeah, I didn't know they broke up. That's crazy. Maybe she's with Almas for real now.
Who's that?
Zelina Vega. She's with Alex. That's what she's with Alex. We also had Asuka versus Mandy Rose. Asuka gets the win. Kind of had a little tease between her and Carmella. And that's when they announced that Charlotte and Becky Lynch will be facing off next week on SmackDown Live. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of SmackDown Live, which was Daniel Bryan, Big Cass, and Samoa Joe for the last spot for the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Man, I thought this main event was really, really good. I didn't think Cass held it down at all. I thought the match was really good. Samoa Joe gets the win, chokes out Daniel Bryan, and Samoa Joe is the last qualifier for the Money in the Bank. Dave, your thoughts of the main event of SmackDown Live?
Awesome. I don't got to put over. I was going to put her over, too, for a good match. Yeah, I mean, this was a good match. Still a big cast, too. He does these stupid things. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Big Cass does these stupid things. Like when Daniel Bryan went for the crossface, he again forgot to grab Daniel Bryan's hand to pull it away. So Daniel Bryan's like, here, take my hand, pull it away. And he's like forgetting to do it. It's like the second time he's done that. But that's a little annoying to me. But yeah, even Big Cass didn't win this match. So this was a great main event. I really enjoyed it. I liked how they made Daniel Bryan not tap out. He passed out. So Bryan didn't tap. So I like that. And it makes sense to have Joe win because I don't want to see Bryan in a ladder match this soon after just coming back. So I like it. Joe deserves to be in there. And we'll continue this feud with boring Cass and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, yeah. This because after the match, Big Cass does attack Daniel Bryan after the match. So you got to have to guess that these guys will face off again at Money in the Bank. Samoa Joe does get into the qualifying match at Money in the Bank. So that is very, very exciting news for Samoa Joe fans like ourselves. Alex, your thoughts on the main event of SmackDown Live?
Yeah, sorry. I thought it was a very entertaining match. I thought all of them looked good. Obviously I was there just to see Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. So whenever they do that, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it seems we're gonna get more Big Cass and Daniel Bryan. I'm kind of just ready for this to end. Like Daniel Bryan just be doing better things. So yeah, let's just get it over with. But I'm happy that Joe is in the Money in the Bank. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it should be a good Money in the Bank match. So, all right, let's go to our SmackDown Live ratings of the past couple of weeks. Last week, we both gave it a solid 3. The week before, Dave gave it a 5. Alex a 3. I gave it a 3. I think 3s have been pretty much a solid rating for SmackDown Live the last couple of weeks. So we'll go with you first, Dave. Your rating of SmackDown Live tonight.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy the dance segment that much. I thought it was kind of pointless to have on a SmackDown. So even though we did get some good brothers tonight, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Give Adam Bomb 2.5. Bob Ruski 1.8. Dan 2.75. Damn. DX gives it 3 stars. Bliss with 3 stars. Jody gives it a 2. Wow. What's going on? SmackDown gets a 3 for me this week. Great main event. Okay.
That's what I think it was a good man. That's better than Raw.
Your thoughts, Alex? Rating?
Yeah, I'll give it a solid 3.
Wow, okay, a 3 again. 3 weeks in a row. 3's from SmackDown Live. And you know what? I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Thought it was pretty good tonight. I thought it was better than average, which I think is a 3. I think main event was solid. I thought the 6-man tag match was good. Yeah, the women's dance off was a bit silly. But other than that, I thought SmackDown Live did pretty well for itself tonight, and better than I thought last week's SmackDown Live as well. The only reason is because of the stupid dance-off leading to a predictable match. Other than that, it was average. Yeah, that is true. Mandy Rose versus Asuka was pretty good as well. Okay, some people giving Mandy Rose.
Yeah, Mandy Rose.
I agree with that.
Okay,
I think Mandy needs
Yeah, so don't forget, everybody, we will be back again live on Thursday night. It's going to be a huge show on Thursday night. I know the viewage count was kind of low tonight, but I'm not even fronting anymore. I don't care about the viewage. I just care about people coming in here and enjoying themselves and having a good time. And we had a very interactive show tonight. The usuals were in here as always. Don't forget, everybody, I think we're about 4 followers away for 800 followers on Periscope, which is freaking unbelievable. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mother, hey, go follow Get the Tables podcast on Periscope. Get them to 800 followers so we can get this giveaway, because we want to do a giveaway on our show. We want to get you guys going. We want to get you guys winning a shirt here. We want you to be decked out in some John Cena gear or some Rusev Day gear or anything of your choosing. So almost to 800 followers. So get us there. Also on YouTube, fucking fluctuates with subscribers. I think we were at 43. Now we're at 42. So if you guys do not mind, make a YouTube account, hop on there, hit subscribe, and you'll get notifications. I think they're a little bit more reliable than they are on Periscope. Website launch. The bot has been extremely busy. So we've been kind of delaying the website a little bit, but we're getting things going. Also, shirts are coming as well. YouTube is changing stuff around, really. Like what? So we're trying to get things going. Got a lot of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff coming to this show. It's just going to take some time. We're just not really trying to overdo ourselves. We already have 3 shows a week, so we're trying to get more content for you guys, more stuff for you guys to enjoy. So anything else, guys? I know it was kind of a slow viewer count tonight, but we still had a good show. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Let's do a shout out. We got Bob Aruski, Kevin, Will Miller, Blissside, Puppy Bud, Budweiser, Peckinrod, Mads Fan, Danny, T-Riz, Adam Downs, and there's one more viewer I cannot see. I'm going to make sure I'm probably sure that's Jody Mania. Yeah, Pritchard's show is about Cena tomorrow. That should be interesting. I don't remember exactly, but it's not good. Them changing anything means bad things. Very true. Very good Impact coming up Thursday. Yeah, so we'll be here. Dave and I will be live Thursday. Thank you, Alex, for sitting in the chair last Thursday night. I really do appreciate that. Under Pressure Impact on Pop this Thursday night. Would you want to maybe sit in on that show, Alex, or are you just going to be in the viewer seat?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, yeah. So Alex will join us Thursday night since it's going to be a Impact special.
It should be fun.
Yeah, Under Pressure, we got 2 title matches. And then we also have WWE NXT as well. Also keep an eye on Shane Strickland's Twitter tomorrow. Okay, I follow him on Twitter, so I will do that. Alex, will you be live tweeting NXT tomorrow night?
Yes, sir. We got Kai versus Shayna Baszler tomorrow. That's all I know.
NXT Women's Title match tomorrow night, and we get exactly Budweiser, the return of Mr. Aleister Black. So hopefully we'll find out maybe who he'll be facing at NXT TakeOver Chicago. All right. Anything last words before we move on to Thursday night show? Dave, Alex?
Yeah, really cool. Impact's going to be in trouble because they're up against the finals Thursday night, so that's going to be interesting. And I mean, if anyone does care to watch MLW, I'm just saying they do their weekly show. Even if you don't have Ben Sports channel, they upload upload episodes on their YouTube channel, so you can watch them from the YouTube channel.
All right.
I just want. They just had Shane Strickland and Pentagon for the world title.
Oh, sweet. All right, there you go. Cool. Oh, we got a new subscriber on YouTube, Thomas Rizzo Jr. Thank you for subscribing to us on YouTube. Awesome. I don't know if you're in here watching us, but thank you for subscribing. So I guess we're like, 7 subscribers away for a giveaway on YouTube. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Oh, there he is, DJ Ritz. Oh, DJ T Riz is the guy. Thank you, man. Appreciate you following us on YouTube. Do appreciate that. Yeah, so Thursday night, we'll be back again with Impact on Pop. 3 title matches to talk about. We got the NXT Women's title, Impact Women's title, and the Impact World title, all to talk about Thursday night. And then Saturday night, you got it. Shoot the shit. As always, we'll be chit-chatting about everything, talking about everything wrestling news related. We'll touch on this Enzo rap video, rap song. We'll touch on everything. Michael Berry was in here earlier. So appreciate everybody's support. We appreciate everybody's excuse me, following us on Periscope, on Twitter, and on YouTube, and soon to be on Twitch. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We'll be back with you guys on Thursday, and we hope you have a great Wednesday, and we will see you guys on Thursday. Follow us. Thank you, everybody.